our flight. Don't grieve for me, for now I'm free. I'm following the path God laid for me.
I took his hand when I heard his call. I turned my back and left it all. I cannot stay another day. To laugh, to love, to work, to play. Tasks left undone must stay that way.
I found that peace at the end of the day.
If my parting has left a void, then fill it with remembered joy. A friendship shared, a laugh, a kiss.
Ah, yes.
These things too I will miss.
Be not burdened with times of sorrow. I wish you the sunshine of tomorrow. My life's been full. I savored much. Good friends, good times, and
A
loved
loved
one's
one
touch.
Perhaps my time seemed all too brief. Don't leaven it now with undue grief. Lift up your heart and share with me. God wanted me now. He set me free.
He set me free. He set me free. He set me
Anthony Kabana Amos has accomplished much in his life. He obtained a bachelor's degree in civil engineering from McGill University in Canada. He has also earned a master's in structural mechanics from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and his PhD in engineering mechanics from Princeton University. He was a specialist in spacecraft dynamics and control, and he has worked for companies like Boeing, the Air Force Office of Scientific Research, NASA, and later joined the Penn State University faculty, serving as Director of Graduate Admissions for the Aerospace Engineering Department, as well as the department's Director of Graduate Studies. He retired from Penn State in 1999 as Professor Emeritus. He also wrote several engineering publications like Tensile Cracks in Reinforced Concrete Structural Elements, Deployment Dynamics of a Dumbbell Satellite, and Large Space Structures, Dynamics and Control. He was a renowned engineer in his fields of mechanical, structural, civil, and aerospace engineering, and even was listed as one of the top 500 engineers in the country in his field. He was a speaker at several conferences and loved giving back to students both in America and in Ghana by teaching and mentoring. He was married once and divorced, had 3 sons, Kojo, Kofi, and Kwame. He did all that he could do to improve literacy in engineering both in the U.S. and in the developing world by teaching mathematics and engineering at 3 universities in Ghana and supervising graduate students as a volunteer for the International Foundation for Education and Self-Help organization. He was a man that had achieved a lot in his short time. Now let's look at where he came from. Professor Amos, more affectionately known as Tony, was born on May 24, 1934, as the youngest of 6 children to the late Master J.B. Amos and the Madam Afua Atsawaba in Salt Point, Ghana. His father was a schoolmaster, and he ingrained in his children the need and the importance of education. While Tony was still young, his father passed away, and his eldest brother J.B. became responsible for raising his younger siblings. Tony did grab the education bug and began to excel in school. He went to Bibiani Elementary and Cape Coast Jubilee Boys School. From there, he went to the prestigious Achimota Secondary School and truly excelled to a point that he won a scholarship to study abroad at McGill University in Canada. Tony did understand the importance of education and how that can change your life. While in school at McGill University, he met Anne Henrietta Gage and married her. After graduating from McGill, he moved his family to Boston, Massachusetts to attend the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, where he experienced severe racism. He walked with Martin Luther King during his time there, listened to visionaries like Reverend King and Reverend Leon Sullivan. He and his wife also had their first son during this time as well. With the concern of his family in mind and the race issues he had at MIT, Tony attended Princeton University. After graduating from Princeton University, Tony began working at Boeing in Pennsylvania, and the rest is history. You know, I had the great opportunity to come to Ghana back in 1998 for the very first time to see my dad's homeland, and I was very excited to come because it was going to give me an opportunity for me to be able to meet extended family members, meet my dad's brothers and some of his sisters, and just kind of get a piece of what my dad was really like and how he grew up and how he was raised and how he had the mindset that he had. So as we were traveling around Ghana, going to the places where the slaves were kept, we went to Accra, we went to Cape Coast, we went to Salt Point, we went pretty much everywhere in the near vicinity of Accra, and I just really got a real good taste of home, and it was really exciting because again I was getting a chance to step back in time to see how my dad was raised and see what my dad had experienced as a kid. And it also gave me an opportunity to spend time with my dad, to get to know my dad, not just as my dad but as a person. And that was just really awesome. And just to see him welling with joy and pride in who he was and where he came from and the people that we were meeting, and seeing him doing some of the things that he loved, like teaching. You know, I had an opportunity to see him teaching for actually it was probably the second time in my life where I sat in on a class, and you get to check that out right now.
There's also math lab. Any math lab users? One. Okay. We also have, I don't know how it's going to work. I requested that we have a number of computers in a laboratory setting so that participants will have hands-on experience and will understand the lecture, and we go away and learn it. We do it on the spot. I understand there are about 3 computers available. I haven't seen the lab or anything, so we'll play it by ear. When we're going